Okay. I wanted to share some thoughts. It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning, and this is take two of this video. Because I recorded the last video about 10 minutes ago entirely without sound. So this is a repeat of that. That was 6 minutes long. I don't know how long this will be, and I've really forgotten what I've talked about for the most part. But I'll start off and say that yeah, it's almost 4 in the morning, and I've been trying to sleep for the past several hours. I haven't been able to, and I've been awake for a while, and me trying to get to sleep but not being able to, but me not being entirely awake at the same time, it's kind of put me in like a kind of I don't know, just like an out of it place. Like I feel really dazed and just not just want to go to bed, but I can't. So I've become like really aware of my thoughts because of this. Like I'm really focused on my internal ongoings. I don't even know if that's the right word to use. Um, so what I've noticed is that during the day, like during a normal day when you're awake and aware, you have thoughts and they lead you, like one thought leads to another. So you have um, you know, point one, point two, point three, and you're able to, clearly and logically go from point one, point two, point three, uh, and that's like your train of thought, and those are points or the tracks. But when your thoughts warp into like more towards the abstract realm, which is where I would be at right now with this insomniac-like state, I would imagine. It's more difficult to follow that path or follow those tracks from point one to point two to point three. And that's because, at least for me, when you're at point one with your abstract thought, you go to point two, and as you're trying to go to point three, you kind of forget about what point one was, and you're not really sure how you got here. And because you forget about point one, you lose the context of the information that you have at point three, and therefore the information you have no longer makes any sense, and you're like, wow, what am I thinking of? Like, it's just gibberish. And then you lose everything, and then you start over with either the same thought or a different thought, or the same thought in a different way because you didn't remember it from before. And I think maybe this is like an interesting theory as to why you might experience gibberish, because it maybe isn't gibberish. Maybe your mind just perceives it as gibberish after it's lost its context. My point is that abstract thoughts maybe are just as valid as normal perceived thoughts. And so I've been thinking about a way to harness this because this is unfamiliar territory. At least to me, it's uncharted territory. And you need to develop some kind of method so you can follow that train of thought, that track of thought, from point one, point two, point three, and follow it as far as you can, deeper into the chasms of your mind, and to find new meaning. Maybe figure out why you can't sleep. Maybe figure out something about yourself. I don't know. It depends on what you're doing. Maybe the abstract thought is more like just different perspectives of the same thoughts you have normally, or maybe they're different thoughts entirely, like thoughts that can't be perceived normally in your day-to-day stuff, and therefore they have new information like that maybe can only be perceived in the state you're in now, which would be the abstract realm, the insomniac realm, the lack of sleep realm. And like I said, maybe those thoughts hold the key to, why you can't sleep. Maybe you can get back to bed. So developing a method to actually get through this, and I see I'm coming at 5 minutes now. Developing a method, what I thought is like just writing and like typing on your computer. Have your screen open within which you're typing, and just kind of just type what you're thinking. Just stream of consciousness thought right from your head right to the keyboard, and just kind of type along, and look at the screen while you're typing. So look at it and type. And if you start to like lose track of what's going on, you can immediately see what you've just typed out, and think and keep typing at the same time. And maybe that's something that can work. I'm not going to try it right now because honestly, after I make this video, I'm going to try and go to bed again. But if I find myself in an hour like I can't sleep, I'm still awake, maybe that's something I'll try. I just kind of thought of it. Automatic like speaking, just like talking, doesn't really work because I don't really remember what I said in the first 3 minutes of this video. And I feel like I'm always perceiving what's happening right now in this instant, and not really what happened 3 minutes ago, because that doesn't really seem like it did happen. It seemed like that it's just all right now, and I can only perceive right now, and that's what needs to be focused on, is right now. It's just general, like, I don't know. Maybe that, I think that maybe that general like state of mind maybe explains if that's really reflects the true nature of the mechanism of how operationally all this stuff works. Then that reflects maybe the reasoning behind the abstract thoughts reflects how those abstract thoughts are. I don't know. I forgot how that beginning of that sentence started. So when I watch the video, maybe I'll get it again. Otherwise, I'm not really sure. I think at this point I'm probably just repeating myself over and over again. So those are the thoughts I have for this evening or this morning, and I'd like to get your input. Maybe this doesn't make much sense. Maybe tomorrow when I watch this, I can like clean it up if it doesn't seem like gibberish, and like have a more tailored presentation. Or maybe not. It depends if it's worth it. And if it's not worth it, like content-wise, if there's nothing useful in this video, nothing valid in this video, at least this video has captured the essence of what it's like for someone to be in an insomniac-like state, and what it's like with them dealing with it, and he being me. So it's a true nature kind of thing, like you have like a genuine insight into the 9 minute, we're coming up on the 9 minute the nine minute time period of someone's life, and how they're reacting to not being able to sleep at night, which is not information that you can get like every day or somewhere, like, oh, I'm gonna give a video like this. I think that's why YouTube's great and all that, blah blah blah. Like I've said that in past videos. So I'm just gonna cut this off now. Let me know what you think, and I hope everyone is well. I don't know what's coming up. Summer's coming up, so I hope people are gearing up to have a good summer. Take care.